Hello, I'm MrMatthews, and this is Nemesis for the original Game Boy. Now, I'm not really sure why that's called Nemesis when this is clearly Gradius, but if I had to guess, it's probably because Konami published this under the Ultra Games moniker, so they had to keep up the subterfuge for Nintendo and couldn't get away with actually calling it Gradius. But that's what it is. Now, I happened to pop this game in the other night just to capture some gameplay footage, and I was surprised to find that I got all the way to the end of the game without dying. I ended up dying right before the final boss, which to me says more about the lack of challenge in this game than any real skill on my part. I do love shooters, and the Gradius series in particular, but I am not good at these games. So if I can make any progress, whether it's through actual skill or actually being handed the victory, I will count that as a win. So if I figured that if I can do that well without any real experience or practice with the game, that it was probably worth trying to pull off a full no-death run. So that's what this is. Now, this is actually a very easy game by Gradius standards. First off, your hitbox is absolutely tiny. I think you have like just a little dot in the center of your character sprite there. So it's really easy to pass through bits of scenery and enemies and projectiles. Definitely very forgiving in that regard. And also, the game just inundates you with power-up orbs, so you get powered up very quickly. Like right now, I'm at full power. I'm not even at the end of the first stage yet. So on one hand, that's great because you can get a good offense built up pretty quickly. But on the other hand, if you want to keep a shield in reserve, it's kind of hard to do that because you can all too easily accidentally pick up an unwanted power-up orb and then have to cycle through the whole thing all over again. But the flip side of that is that if that happens, it usually doesn't take too long to get that reserve shield back in, just because of how many orbs there are. Now, I was also surprised by how good this game looks, how good it sounds. It has great graphics and great music. It just seems like Konami in general just made better Game Boy games than most other developers. This game was a good example. Also, I like the Game Boy Castlevania games were quite good. Even Castlevania Adventure, as flawed as it was, had great graphics and just an awesome soundtrack. Castlevania 2 was even better. We don't talk about the third one, Castlevania Legends. There's going to be an exception to every rule. I think it was just hard to make Game Boy games, because obviously the Game Boy screen is tiny. So in order to make the games halfway playable, the developers had to usually make the character sprites large so they could be seen on that tiny screen. But when they did that, they just decreased the amount of maneuverability you had in the game because the characters were now taking up too much of that valuable Game Boy screen real estate. But Konami always seemed to find that sweet spot where the sprites were very nice looking and very recognizable, but they didn't take up a lot of room. It still more or less kept at least a similar character to screen ratio that you would have on the full console versions of these games. Konami was definitely a top-tier developer back in the day. See, I'm trying to keep a shield in reserve now, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to keep that up. And here's my favorite part of the game. I'm being sarcastic, obviously. I do not like these enemies, and this gauntlet is pretty much the suckiest part of any Gradius game. Rivaled only by the high speed sequences. I'm glad this game does not have one of those, because I am especially terrible at those. But this boss looks cool. I like this boss. He would get taken out much faster with the laser, but I don't consider the laser to be the MVP in this game. I think double shot is the way to go. There are a lot of enemies that appear on the ceiling that the laser just can't reach. Now here is the prerequisite Moai head stage. I'm not sure what it is with the Gradius games and Moai heads. But it's not just the Gradius series. It seems like a lot of games feature Easter Island head cameos. Let's see, there's Super Mario Land, obviously had a lot of those guys in it. And I'm sure there are other games that I can't think of right now, obvious ones. So let me know in the comments what other games had Moai heads. There's my reserve shield. All right, this is my favorite stage because all dinosaur bones. That's cool. Game is definitely starting to get a little more intense. See, missed my reserve shield again. Oh. See if this guy actually wants to die. I don't think he does. There we go. All right, last stage. See if I can hurry up and get my reserve shield and then keep it. There are a lot of those awful teleporting enemies in this one. It's really fun when they come up behind you. Too close here. Time to take a intentional hit. Whew, that was really close. And here's the tricky part. This is where I died. Oh. Thank you, generous hitboxes. All right. And here's the final boss. So his laser would be pretty good here. Nice. That I did. So I know it's really easy. And I know it's barely a Gradius game. Actually, it is totally a Gradius game, even if it doesn't have the Gradius name. It does not have the Gradius difficulty, though. So I will not break my arm patting myself on the back, but that's the first Gradius no-death run I've been able to do. So, fist pump. Next, I suppose I should try to tackle Gradius 5. $1990. Game Boy came out in 1989, I think? Maybe? Does that sound right? So obviously there's a second loop. Stage 6. Does that even count as a second loop? Let's just see what the difference is. I'm guessing it's just moving faster. Yeah, I think everything shoots some kind of projectile at you now. Alright, let's just see how far I get before taking a death. Yeah, this seems to be more along the lines of your typical Gradius difficulty level. I guess it's kind of Konami to keep this behind the first loop. This might be it. Maybe not. Oh, that's new. Oh, I see. So when you break down one of the shield barriers, it explodes projectiles on you. Oh, well, there you go. So very beginning of the second stage of the second loop. That's as far as I can get. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Mr. Matthews. Goodbye.